Employees at the Ministry of Education went on the picket line this morning, April 22nd, as they took union-sanctioned industrial action. This came after what the union said are months of reports of employees falling ill due to an accumulation of mould inside the buildings on the main compound of the ministry. The Public Service Union bargaining agent instructed the workers to sign in for work, then stand in the picket line outside the ministry's buildings to highlight their grievance.
Those conditions are such that no worker really should be working in that building. And so when you see the workers outside, it is because the union have instructed the workers not to occupy the building. And the primary reasons for their health and safety. We were told since by the end of March that the workers should have already been relocated. And we are nearing close to the end of April, right? So you have not done what you have promised to do, and the workers' health continue to be impacted.
How long have you been hearing reports of persons falling ill?
More than 2 months. And I've been told it has been happening longer than that, but I can only speak about when it was brought to our attention. I don't know the exact numbers, but there are several persons, and some are more severe than others. Okay, some are mild. I've been informed that some are even more severe, because as you would understand, mold, if mold catch you and your system is compromised, your immune system, then it puts you at a greater risk. And all of us don't have the same health per se. Some of us are at risk more than others. We are hoping that, I think there's a meeting with the ministry, with the permanent secretary tomorrow, and we are hoping that we can be told, for example, what is the hold up for the relocation, because I've been told that the cabinet have given permission for the relocation, and therefore cabinet is aware of the problem. So the hold up I'm not sure if the hold up is that of cabinet anymore. Hopefully we can get those answers tomorrow.
Boucher also addressed the Occupational Safety and Health Bill, which is yet to be implemented by the government.
If the Act was implemented, the Act itself would protect the workers, because the Act demands that there's regular inspection of the buildings, of the places where you work. The Act will give power to the workers who would take action the moment they start realizing that their health are being compromised. They will start taking action to bring it to the attention of the authorities, their heads of department. So the Occupational Safety and Health Act primarily and fundamentally protect the health and safety of workers at work. Its lack of implementation exposes all workers throughout the public service and even in the private sector to their health being impacted whenever they find themselves in working environment that is unsafe or unhealthy, whether infested by rats, like the small building up there is infected by rats, or by mold and other issues that is happening to the main building here, the building at public health, the library, and fisheries unit. All of those buildings have been compromised.
Searchlight met with employees who spoke about their experiences of working in the buildings over the last 2 months. One of them had just returned from taking sick leave.
I will be home and I'll be good. And then I will come to work and then I will feel sick. I ended up going to the doctor, I think it was the 10th of this month. And when the assessment, I have inflammation in my lungs and it's most likely due to the mold inside the building. I am asthmatic. So, I first it was my asthma. But then it's continue getting worse. I had to get a whole new asthma pump because they said that the two that I have are basically useless. So I had to get something stronger, and then I'm on a series of medication. I have one that I have to take for an entire month. I have to take one of the pump before I enter this building every day.
There are persons who suffer bronchitis, there are persons who suffer with infection in their lungs, we have persons who would have swollen eyes, we have persons who have consistent headaches. You leave home, go and you get into the building, it's because headaches. Your sinuses acting up, you're coughing, you're sneezing. all these things that we are impacted, we face this on a daily basis. And whenever you leave here, you feel like your normal self. When you come back here, it's just all these different health conditions coming down on you. Management informed us that they were trying to find a building since last year. We were promised, they would have identified different buildings, but I think two of the buildings, the deals would have fallen through, and there was a third building that was looked at, the third location that was looked at, but as to the progress, we don't have any idea. We're hoping that our issue is addressed speedily, because we need to continue with the work of the Ministry of Education. It's not that we don't want to work alone. We are willing workers. We come to work early. We're here on a regular basis, but we need the environment in which we work must be conducive for working, so that we can perform at our maximum best. So we are hoping to have a speedy address to this situation.
The Minister of Education, Curtis King, was on the compound at the time and spoke with the media about his ministry's plans to rectify the issue. King said there are plans to relocate the workers by the end of this week, while Boucher said he hoped that the workers would be moved to avoid any further industrial actions. This was Eldante Samuel for Searchlight.
So they will have to inspect the building on a regular basis to ensure that the safety of the workers, not impacted on negatively by anything in the building itself.